Richard Croft is obsessed with uncovering the truth about Queen Himiko, the first ruler of the Japanese Empire. His research reveals a darker side of the legend. Himiko was not just a queen, she was a powerful sorceress who ruled through dark magic, able to spread death and disaster with a single touch. Eventually, her own forces turned against her. Under the command of her general, they dragged her to an uninhabited island in the middle of the so-called Devil's Sea. There, deep beneath a mountain, she was entombed alive. Through an ancient map no one else has ever found, Richard discovers clues pointing directly to Himiko's hidden tomb. To him, this is not just history, it is a warning. The deathly power of Queen Himiko is still sealed away, waiting to be released. Richard knows that if the wrong people find it first, the consequences will be catastrophic, so he decides he has to reach the island before anyone else does. The story then cuts to a completely different world, a gritty boxing gym where a young woman is training in mixed martial arts. This is Lara Croft. In the ring, almost no one can keep up with her. She pushes herself hard, but in the end, she is forced to tap out and accept defeat. Before she can even leave the locker room, the gym owner corners her about her unpaid membership fees. Lara has been behind on payments for too long, and she is on the verge of being kicked out of the only place where she can properly train. Outside the ring, Lara's life is far from glamorous. She works as a food delivery rider, hustling through the city to make ends meet. After finishing one of her deliveries, she heads back to the bike courier base where her friends Scott and Raphael are planning a wild event they call the Fox Hunt. In this game, all the bike couriers chase one cyclist who has a tail attached to the back of their bike. The tail is linked to a paint can that slowly empties as the rider escapes. If the rider with the tail manages to stay ahead until the paint runs out, they win 600 pounds. Lara immediately volunteers to be the fox because she desperately needs that prize money. The race begins, and cyclists from all over London gather to hunt Lara down. Once the paint can is opened, she shoots off through the streets, with a swarm of riders chasing the tail on her bike. Lara weaves through traffic and tight corners with quick, confident movements, the city becoming her obstacle course while the competitors push hard behind her. In the middle of the chaos, something catches her eye, a man on the street who looks strikingly similar to her father. The sight jolts her memory of Richard Croft, who disappeared from her life years ago. Distracted by this sudden wave of emotion, Lara loses focus for a split second and crashes straight into a passing police car. The race ends in an instant, and instead of prize money, she ends up being taken to the police station. And this is where her real